Spirit's telling me that the next chapter in your life has already started. And this is a chapter of your investments coming back. This is a chapter of peace. This is a chapter of understanding who is truly supposed to be here has been found. And in this chapter, Spirit is presenting you with newfound family members, soul ties, individuals that in every single lifetime you find each other. So today's reading, we're asking Spirit, what's in store with this next chapter? In all planes of existence, anything they're wanting us to know. Love, career, life guidance. Is there moves, is there travels? What is Spirit wanting you to know regarding career, love life, and your inner compass? Let's do this. Okay. We're going to start with career. Spirit wants you to be prepared that in this new season, in this new chapter, just because we are stating there is peace, does not mean you won't upset people. I'm hearing you're going to have to be okay with a lot of people seeing you in a light that really isn't who you are, because they're projecting, they're choosing what they want to see. You are entering right now a time where you're feeling so at peace with fate. You're no longer in the state of caring about rushing anything, like farther than love. I'm talking career, I'm talking even your days. Maybe you used to be a person that would always be waiting for the weekend type of energy, right? But now you don't. You're very present, and I'm hearing that you've cracked the code on how much you expected yourself to do and be resilient. Just because you can doesn't mean you must. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. You're going to have to be okay, and I feel that you already are, with a lot of people seeing you as selfish or as vain by picking your own inner peace. Because what did Spirit promise? Peace is the overallness in this next chapter, in this next season. But to claim and protect that peace, we must be willing for certain people to see us in the way they want us to. You be at peace with fate. Your career is expanding. This is the energy where Spirit's saying you're going to be, whatever your job is, if you're somebody that's a form of a leader, if you're somebody who has some form of online presence, if you're somebody who's a face of a company, however this resonates with you, there is, what I'm hearing, an opportunity that's already yours. This being already yours is because you've had the courage to stand up for what's right. You've had the courage to also face your own inner demons. And before you are going to be ready for whatever this upgrade and responsibility is regarding your career, this last cycle of, I'm hearing, not being patient, rushing timelines is what you crack the code to. You do not chase, you attract. And that involves human beings, opportunities, energy, everything. Your career is expanding as we speak. Okay? Now let's dive into your love life, all right? So what I'm seeing in this next chapter, you're going to have to make sure you get out of your comfort zone. Go out. Experience new places, new people. This entire chapter, no matter if you're in a relationship right now or not, no matter if you're talking to somebody right now or not, or if you're completely single, this is a time of flourishing love in your life. I am seeing in this next cycle, this next phase, this next chapter, no matter what category you fall in with what's going on in your love life, love is presenting itself to you. If you're already in a relationship, it's expanding. If you're already talking to somebody, it's expanding. If you are talking to nobody, somebody is being attracted in, or even the blinders are being taken off to somebody that's always been here. What I am hearing is meet the world halfway. Love, you are attracting in somebody who wants to come to understandings with you, is okay with talking about the serious topics, and isn't going to run away. I'm seeing that Spirit is really showing you this whole season is a tremendous amount of getting yourself out into the world. And this can mean more ways than one. Yes, your community around you, but also traveling. Also, even like through online media. Like find groups of people who are into your interest and etc. This whole time right now of this next season, of this next chapter, is meant for you to grow with others. This is not hermit mode season. This is not where you're going to be inwards most of the time and figuring things out. Okay, you've figured a lot of things out, and your body is just releasing that need to believe it's still in survivor mode, okay? Your love life is deeply expanding. And lastly, but definitely not leastly, that inner self-guidance. Alrighty, so what I am hearing is, and this is going to be also kind of connected to that career as well. There are going to be many people in this next phase that you instantly, in the past, where you would try to over-explain yourself to somebody. Like you could tell the vibe that they didn't like you or that they were judging you or something, but who you were then was a people pleaser and would somehow now want to find a way for them to like you. Whether that was complimenting something they said, whether that was trying to give an excuse for something you did, whatever, and you just feel the energy now. When that happens, that first thought you used to have of, oh, I need to show them I'm not different. You've reprogrammed that to instantly being like, oh, they're showing me they're not deserving. They're showing me they're not deserving of my authenticity. They're showing me they're not deserving of my kind and sincere movements. This is not meaning meeting a frequency of somebody, but if somebody is trying you, if somebody is silently judging you, but you're seeing their visual reaction, the way they're treating you is different, do not try to make them feel comfortable. People need to feel uncomfortable for further growth. I'm not saying to go crazy. I'm not at all saying to yell, no. Just make it very apparent to them in your energy back that you don't impress me. That's the thing. You have just overcame a deep amount of shadow work. And before we can truly help others unlock their dark, we have to unlock our dark. Everything you just went through has given you another level of, go with me here, patience. To see that most of the people in this world are honestly in the energy of being a child. And I mean with their senses of like knowing the world isn't just about them and not just seeing things so face value. It's like you get to a form of being a spiritual healer that you feel like most people around you are genuinely like children when it comes to a spiritual life. You can tell clear as day individuals who have had past lives, many reincarnations, and you can tell clear as day when somebody's in one of their first lifetimes. And those are the individuals a lot of people here, and that helps you make sense with a lot of things on why you do feel so different, why you do understand things, and why it's only a small collective of people you've ever been able to really open that part of yourself up to. You are a spiritual healer that was destined to come help the frequency of this existence. Which means you are going to experience a lot of people who are lost coming for your guidance. It doesn't matter what you do as a career. It doesn't matter where you are. This could be just somebody you're passing by in the store. People always have the ability to just open up to you. Tell you things they don't tell anybody. They may even say sometimes, I don't know why I just feel so comfortable with you to tell you about myself. To have created that safe space, you had to no longer be afraid of your inner parasite, of your shadow. You see, you've shaken your shadow. You've shaken their hand and said, we're team. You are something I am not going to shun. You are meant to be a tool in my teachings. And because of that, this next phase, you're going to be able to help a lot of people with their shadow work. Shadow work never, go with me here, it never fully stops. Like to the end of your life and the next, shadow work happens. But the level of intensity of shadow work is what changes. I could definitely tell you the person in front of me, like I don't even think you truly understand the spiritual warfare that was happening these past couple of months. Your guides are telling me you're more protected now than you even were before, okay? Because of your self-discernment, because you see where your triggers are, because you're not hiding from any part of yourself. You're accepting, you're acknowledging, and you're appreciative to be who you are. Ain't that something? I appreciate what I do in this existence. It's not just I'm deserving to be here, because yes, you are. You also genuinely crave and love adding value to this world. This next chapter, phase, part of the story, season, understand also that I hear you've set really healthy boundaries on how much you know to give and not. And so that's why in this next phase, you're going to fall back into more of a leader or a counselor or a safe space, a decision maker role. And maybe these past couple of months you've felt very tired, confused. You've had a lot of willpower also, I'm seeing, that was brought to surface. And what Spirit is telling me right now, they're telling me to get one more card. Okay. So I actually have one more message about love as well within this. Okay. I see. No matter if you're single, no matter if you're in a relationship, no matter if you're talking to somebody, you remember how we said that this phase, you're entering a relationship or being with a person that I am not at all saying you are going to save or is in this really, really low spot where you have to pull them out. But there's no shadow of a doubt that your energies, I see aligning. It's like you are more in this positive state and this person's kind of they're going through something. But the thing is I don't feel the energy of whoever this is wanting at all to weigh you down. This feels like somebody that's working as hard as they can to meet and blend. And so this is positive because nothing is black and white. People aren't perfect. And sometimes when we think we're not ready for a divine, when we think we're still working on ourselves so much before we're going to be ready for somebody else, actually Spirit's going to send you somebody to do that part with. There is a part of healing that we do by ourselves, and also very much depending on if you're a masculine or feminine in this world, also depends on kind of that role, where somebody will be more like they've gone through a phase of their life, and they can actually help the other, right? Because relationships are a balance, give and take. If you enter the beginning of a relationship with somebody or talking, and there's like one person's going through something more heavy than the other, there's no shadow of a doubt that if you get together in the future, there's going to be a switch of that. There's going to be something you're going through and you really need it. And because of that yin yang, because of that balance, what you've done, they're going to have that energy. They're going to have that ability to keep you going forward, and you work together. You see, Spirit wants you to be prepared. There is, in this next phase, next season, a person that is definitely, for most of you, a fresh energy. So if you recently have entered a relationship, if you have recently really started talking to somebody and it's vibing, this is the person. If you have not yet started a relationship or talking to somebody, you're like just completely single, I'm hearing a total new person you've never met before is entering your life. Be prepared that there also will be an ex that tries to reach out to you. This could be an actual ex or somebody that you just messed around with or talked to. There is no shadow of a doubt that they are trying to re-enter your life in the next 3 months. This is a test. You have already packed your bags. I'm hearing you packed your bags and you dropped theirs. You realize that this connection was a cycle repeat. And here's the thing, the karmic cycle is not fully yet over. You have initiated the change. And I can feel how cemented you are to knowing this person's not supposed to be with you or in your life. It took you a while because this was somebody who you experienced one of the deepest tower moments regarding love in your life. Or at least in this portion. It feels like it was more something that really sealed everything together, like decades and decades and decades of cycle repeating and learning and love. It was like something to do with this one, like sealed it. And you chose to separate from this. Whether that meant not entertaining their wanting you to chase them energy, or straight up ghosting, straight up even telling them, we are done, I don't want you in my life. However this resonates for you, this person's going to try to come back in 3 months. This person, this new energy, they're already going to be in your life. So you're going to have a choice. Here's the thing. I really feel like you're not going to second doubt no to close it when they come in. The collective I'm channeling for, you trust yourself, and it's going to be clear as day for you. Like, I don't hear even 1 second of you being like, oh shit, this person, they're making all these promises they didn't do before, and now they're here, what do I do? No, you're instantly going to see. And whatever this karmic return is, Spirit wants to remind you, you have control over your actions, not theirs. You are going to leave this dynamic with your head held high. And they have the choice to either crumble, have a respectful closing story, or retreat to everything they've done before and be immature and blame and do whatever they want. It's not for your energy to handle. As you can tell, the universe wants you to succeed in love. The universe wants you to succeed in everything. The universe sees the value in what you bring to this world. When it comes to your career, when it comes to your love, when it comes to your self-guidance, you are fruitious. Your passion's furious, dependable. You're a sanctuary in this world for a lot of people, whether you know it or not. And don't ever dwindle your light down to try to appease, impress, or even improve somebody's mood. Sometimes we can suppress ourselves to make other people feel bigger. You command a room without saying anything. You're somebody that walks into a room and people automatically kind of make room for you. There have been a lot of times you've gone to places and kept yourself in the dark to make other people feel comfortable or more seen. The last thing I have to tell you, and this is regarding inner life guidance, let the whole room see you. Don't go in the shadow. There's a time to be a fly on the wall. But remember, people come up to you because you really do have something to teach. You have something to tell that only your life experience and cause and effect could understand and explain it, express it to others. The people that come up to you, some will be, remember, you're a light force. So you're going to attract all forms of bugs. You're going to attract beautiful bugs. You're going to attract the ones we don't really like also. So remember, when people come up to you, always there is something you have to teach them. But sometimes it's a tower moment, and sometimes it's to be a reassurer, a validator, a safe space. But then there's other people you're supposed to make feel uncomfortable for further growth. And the little example I'd like to give to understand that balance is, let's say you go somewhere and somebody comes up to you and is like complimenting your hairstyle or something you're wearing, and they're like, oh, where'd you get that, blah blah blah, and you're talking, you're getting a good little vibe together, all right? And then somebody else kind of like walks past you or tries to join in the conversation, and this person who you've been, having this nice little convo with says something out of pocket about that person, like, oh, they look fucking weird, or look at them trying to come talk to us. A lot of times, just that energy, people would think, man, that's kind of fucked up. Why are you thinking that about them? You don't even know them. But you'll just go, right, because you're trying to make that person feel more comfortable, even though they're the one that's messing with the frequency. You see, that type of person, instead of just, oh yeah, right, you go, you always in this situation, instead of being defensive, ask a question, because it makes people think. Say, why are you judging them? Why? They seem pretty cool to me. Seems like somebody who's being themselves. Maybe you should be more considerate of others. Would you like somebody, if you're just passing by trying to make good conversation, to instantly degrade you? I'm sure you wouldn't. You will change that person's life, no matter how little you think it is. And you go, all right, I wish you the best, but I'm taking my energy, and I wish you the best. When that switch of things happens and you just simply walk away from that person, their mindset and everything, because you weren't defensive, you didn't try to hurt them, you didn't try to bully or like do that energy. You made a sanctuary, you made a space for them to think. No matter how, it's like, yeah, that's what people should do. But sometimes certain people need that balance. That's why you're a leader. That's why you know how to do these things yourself. Get out into the world. Show the world you know you're meant to be seen. Let this love flourish. Don't go back to what doesn't serve. Get out of your comfort zone. And realize your presence, your healing, your energy, your voice, and your vibration is needed in this existence. That is what I got for y'all today. If you are interested in receiving a personal reading with yours truly, if you're watching this on TikTok, there's actually a button right down here that says book now. You can go ahead and click on that, and it's going to pull up a contact form. Fill it out. It's going to ask for your name and your email. I'll reach back out to you to go ahead and schedule a one-on-one reading. If you're on any other platform, you can go to my profile bio, and in the link, you're going to see my personal website, which is offprintmint.com. Also, while you're on my website, go ahead and explore. Check out all of the available stuff, because I do a lot more than just tarot. I have a lot of different services. I have my Utah trip that's coming up. I have my online store. Go see what calls to you. And that's what I got for you today. I'll see you when I see you. Let's get it.